Today we are doing a full review of 724 by Maison Kurkdjian. The notes for this fragrance are bergamot, aldehyde, jasmine and sweet pea with mock orange, sandalwood and white musk. I am just going to apply it to the back of my hand again just to refresh myself for the video. So what I get initially in the opening, you get a hint. Actually, you can smell it, but it's not dominant, but you do get a hint of bergamot. So you get this slightly juicy orangey citrus note, but it's surrounded by this very clean laundry-like musk quality that envelops the whole thing. The aldehyde is more of like a very clean, musky, soapy kind of vibe, I would say. I found the advertising for this one quite interesting. I'm actually going to read you a little bit of the website of how they advertise this particular one. The light of a pure sky rising over the city ascends the elegant silhouette of 724, urban landscape and their surrounding architecture. There is something about a big city that sweeps over you, electrifies you and elevates you. I translated that communicative energy, that life pulsating in unison, into a fragrance. Now, when I smell it, I do not picture a big city at all, to be honest. I just don't get that. I don't get like bustling, busy city of just in any way, really. For me, this smells very clean, very crisp. I kind of imagine somewhere like the Swiss Alps on a cold day, but it's sun shining, it's blue, but it's cold. There's snow on the ground maybe, but they've got their washing out on a washing line to dry. The sun is still out, but there's a chill in the air. The laundry still has to dry, and they're freshly washed, and there's a little bit of a cool breeze, and you're getting this very clean laundry detergent smell wafting in the air on this kind of cool breeze. That's the vibe that I get. It smells rural, it doesn't smell like a city, it smells very cleanliness and clean and fresh clothing and soft linen and cotton and wools. That's the vibe that I get personally, rather than a big cityscape. I think you get a little bit of a hint of a jasmine as it starts to dry down after a couple of hours. Interestingly, I went out for a walk after applying this. It had been on my skin for maybe 4 or 5 hours at that point. And on this particular walk, I was surrounded and attacked by flies, like big buzzy black flies. Bzzz, and they kept like aiming at my head because I was wearing this around my neck. And I'm sure that that normally doesn't happen. I go walk every single day. That's not a normal thing that happens to me. But the flies were repeatedly like swooping at me at my head area. And I can only think that they were literally attracted to the jasmine molecules in this perfume. That's what was going through my mind, is like, oh god, I smell like jasmine. I'm being attacked. I just thought that was funny, but it's true. But there you go. So no, you can smell the white floral, the jasmine kind of vibe from this within a few hours of the fragrance being on your skin. But it's still enveloped in this kind of laundry musk-like quality. I wouldn't say there's any real sweetness to this at all. It's a very soft white floral, a very cleanly laundry detergent style musk, with a very, very light touch of woods. The sandalwood is quite minimal, and there's not much texture to it. It's very smooth, and it just kind of melds and melts into the musk. At certain points it does remind me a little bit of maybe a moisturizing cream or some kind of body lotion. It has a little bit of a lotiony kind of smell to it, which is present in a few MFK releases. As it dries down further, we're talking 6 to 7 hours, I think you still get a little bit of a hint of this white floral aspect again with the musk. And really what it does is it goes through this phase of bergamot, soapy clean laundry detergent into laundry detergent with a little bit of jasmine, a little like a bit more white floral, and then that floral deepens a little bit at the kind of 4 to 6 hour mark, and then the floral disappears and you're left with this very powerful but kind of bubble of musk. It doesn't feel like it radiates all that far, but it leaves an aura around you even 6-7 hours later. If you were sat in a car with someone, it would fill up the car, and they would definitely smell it, especially if you're moving your arms around, or anytime you move the part of the body that it's on, it wafts about even 6 hours later. You think it's not very strong, but it is. The musk in the far Drydown isn't all that enjoyable to me, and to other people. Members of my family have commented that the Drydown, like, a little bit irritating to the nose, basically. The musk in it is a little bit cloying in a way. I mean, it's not sweet. There's just something about it that feels a little bit rough and a bit cloying, in the sense that it kind of sticks in the air and you're kind of breathing it in all the time. But it's not. It loses its enjoyment in the Drydown. I think it's not the musk quality in the Drydown isn't all that enjoyable, I would say. For me, the best part of the fragrance that I like the most is the top notes and the first 2 or 3 hours of the fragrance. At that point, it starts to change a little bit, where I get tired of it, and then the musk part of it becomes a little bit annoying and a little bit cloying. And then by several hours in, I'm kind of, a little bit fatigued with it, and not really enjoying it the same. So I wouldn't purchase a bottle of this myself personally. For me, the top opening part is the best part for me. We'll talk about performance for this. I would say, in my experience, the longevity is very good. I would say you can expect around 8 to 9 hours longevity on your skin. Probably 8 is a safe bet for most people. Maybe you get longer, maybe you get a little bit less, but I think most people will get around 8 hours with this without too much problem. The sillage and projection, it gives you the impression that it's not that strong, but it does leave an aura, and people will pick it up around you, especially in enclosed spaces. If you're in a car with someone, or working in an office, for example, people will get wafts of this. It is surprisingly wafty, so yes, it does quite well in that regard. I would say it's a spring, summer kind of fragrance. Daytime, casual or dressed up. You could wear it in a suit, you could wear it in jeans and a t-shirt, you could wear it on holiday in a pair of shorts on a beach. However you want to wear it, but it's quite versatile, I would say. More appropriate for the warmer weather. I don't think it's got enough power to it to probably satisfy too much in the winter, but certainly for spring and summer it would be ideal. If you like that kind of musky Drydown, for me it does get a little bit cloying and tiresome for what's left in the base. It's extremely unisex. Anyone can wear it, pretty much any age. That's my full review of 724 by MFK. If you tried this one, or you own it, leave your thoughts below, and maybe it'll help other people make up their mind whether or not they want to try this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.
Old man Harlem gives me Sunday headache, but that old man Harlem keeps me rolling on.